don't know. This is what? 1?
Welcome to ABG, Asian Boss Girl, which represents the three of us here sitting on this couch, a podcast for the modern day Asian American woman. My name is Helen.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Mel.
And we are on a new set today.
Whoa.
A brand new podcast, too.
What's happening?
Honestly, this looks really cool. And
It does.
Yeah.
I will say, this has been in the works for months now and has the same due date as Helen's baby number 2.
Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, I could literally go into labor any time now.
Like right
Literally,
now?
she
We
could.
are
She's fully at like
9 months pregnant.
That's
But actually,
crazy.
by the time this podcast is out, I will already have had my second baby, my son. So we are in birthing mode. We are creating things. We are just birthing things out today.
So that's kind of the purpose of today's episode. We wanted to introduce you to the newest edition of the Asian Boss Girl brand. Some fresh faces that we hope you will fall in love with. But before we do that, it has been almost a year now since all of our listeners out there have seen the three of us together.
A year?
Almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, since
long
you've heard
time.
us yapping and catching up. So I'm sure a lot of things have happened in our lives, right?
I mean, sure.
Well, I guess we'll see. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to catch you up on what's been happening. Let's start with Mel. You've been in New York now for,
Over
how
a
long
year.
has it been? It's
by the time this episode comes out, I will be over almost a year and a half.
been a year and a half. That's a long
Wow.
time.
I know.
Are you a New Yorker now? Is that how they say it? Oh, God.
No. I think I just will never claim I'm not a New Yorker. I'm California born and raised.
Yeah. Do you claim like also Bay Area specifically?
Yeah, Bay.
Yeah.
New York has been interesting.
Well, that's a word.
It's just
That's a
interesting. It's a big
loaded
word.
interesting.
I will say that like the magic of the city has not worn off for me, but I feel like I really just learned a lot about what I value this year, this second year, this time around,
Yeah.
and I recognize that I really value my existing friendships, like you two, and like I really just miss being close to my family. And like, because when you move so far away, you don't like, you just take for granted how close everything is. Like I would just fly 1 hour and be with my family, but now it's like a 5-hour flight or 6 hour. So it just takes so much more work to like be with your loved ones. And so that's been really tough. So I will say New York has been just a roller coaster, ups and downs, but we are pushing through, but I will say that I can see myself coming back to LA sooner than later. When you ask me when, I really don't know. So who knows? That's like the moving target right now. Like when will we come back?
Well, we miss you very much, Miss Mel Mel.
I know.
We do.
I cry a lot.
I know you do. You call me
I know.
crying.
I was actually going to ask if you could share maybe what's like a really memorable challenge or like hard time in the last couple of months.
I think it's just such a jarring experience going from like a very like a lot of support in LA, having roommates, just having like just so many people around
close
me.
community that feels comfortable.
Exactly. And I feel
known
like
for years, yeah.
LA, like the friends and like just feel like my family, and going from that to going to such an isolating place in New York where it's like I don't have anyone, and I'm like trying to make new friends, but it's the people I'm meeting are great, but it just doesn't. It's not the same as existing friendships of 8 years. So that's like been the toughest thing, feeling like I had to deal with everything by myself or with Ray.
Can I ask also just like how adjusting to New York lifestyle has been? Like from being like more of a spoiled LA girl,
Surprisingly,
for the weather and everything.
I am really good at like, carrying my groceries. I take the subway and like it's fine for me.
Wow,
I know.
Mel did not like walking before.
I'm a walker.
and she like
This is a
bikes
180.
now.
I haven't biked in a while.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But you did.
Yeah. I once. I will say summers, I can't do summers in New York.
That's why you're here.
And then
Humid AF. Yes.
winters, I could handle.
Yeah.
I guess that the other thing that's an update that if you guys remember from tour, I actually relaunched my YouTube channel. So if you want anyone that wants to follow along, I do have a YouTube channel now.
I follow. I'm a fan.
I appreciate
I
it.
really am. I watch and I'm just like, oh, it's so nice to see like
My face?
What? Yes. Like also what when you refer to things, like, oh, this is my apartment or this is what it looks like, and I'm like, okay, descriptive, but like I don't see it.
Yeah.
And then to like see it, I'm just like, oh, Mel's like happy and thriving, and it makes me happy to just watch.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks. But yeah, so if you want to follow along there, I'm at that channel now. But anyways, enough about me.
Okay.
Let's move on to the person who's about to have a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, how you been?
Who, me? Oh,
Who, me?
who, me? Yes, me. Couldn't be. I am feeling really, really good. Number one, baby is healthy. And I think that is the most important thing. As I've mentioned on this podcast in the past, we had one miscarriage and never mentioned this, that we had another miscarriage. And it was just too painful to be able to speak of, in a public setting. So it's been a lot of emotion. It's been a lot of anticipation leading up to this point where I am now at 9 months with a healthy baby boy along the way, And what's wild is that the last episode that we shot, I was not showing,
right.
And so if anyone's going from like last episode to this one, it's like, bam, what happened to her,
Well, it's been 9 months.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I think I was already, for sure was already pregnant.
Oh, that's right. But
In
it
the
was
last
In the last
very-
episode, yeah,
It's like the
but
size
it
of a
wasn't
pea
showing.
or- yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, but yes, feeling really grateful for this. And I guess more like a Helen front too, after we had finished the ABG tour and sort of wrapped up the podcast, there was a stretch of time where I was having a lot of deep conversations with myself and with Philip just about identity and who I am now, that I am no longer, a corporate working woman. I'm no longer a podcaster, who I want to become, who I'm going to become, like all of these fear-based questions that you kind of find yourself asking when you're in that in-between, in that gray zone, which we've talked about in the past,
for sure.
in that pause. And I think I've always been someone that highly values just doing as much as I can in order to lead like a productive and meaningful life and never really stopping to like take a break, never pausing. And I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate too, especially if you're like a child of immigrants, if you're not like really working or having that identity, it's a lot of just like questioning in your head. And this wasn't planned, by the way. This pregnancy was not planned for when ABG would be taking a hiatus. Yes, a lot of people asked. They were like, "Oh, are we stopping ABG for a little bit because you're pregnant?" I'm like, "No, actually, you both did not know until the LA show, right? Like our last show. I didn't tell you.
It's like that time was such a blur. When
I know.
And that's when we had already made the decision to, pause the podcast. And I think it was this realization that, you can keep building and building and building, but if you don't take a moment to just pause and enjoy what you've built, then it's like, what is the purpose of even like what you're building, And so that's something that I came to that realization for. Again, this was not planned, but it kind of forced me to like just pause and stop and rest and just be present in the moment. And where I am now, I know I'm someone that wants to have a career in the future. I know that, but I don't need to have that right now. I know that can be later on and it can come later on. And sometimes those thoughts really can infiltrate your mind and make you think like, why are you not being productive? Why are you not taking steps towards that? But that can be later on, So I am in my peace era right now. Like I've said this before, I'm so in my peace era. I'm in my mom era.
Yes.
I'm in my mamacita era, which is a Love Island reference. It's going to be so dated by the time this podcast
So we
comes
all get
out.
it. We get it.
Yes, it's relevant now. But, just being able to be present with young children, this is a chapter that I'll never get back. So
True.
I'm very much just grateful for where life has taken me and us and to be able to sit here and just feel really good mindset wise and body wise and all of that. So I'm in my peace area, y'all. That's my update with a lot of back pain and swollen ass feet, but you can't see it.
They look good. They look good.
Well, I think anyone who listens to the podcast, if you've been an OG listener, particularly, you know that Helen is like the hardest worker. You always go not just 100%, but like 200% in anything that you do. So I actually you're not resting, you're having a baby. But I mean, I think what you've spoken about, like not feeling like you have a career answer, like that's super relatable. And that's very like, I feel I'm doing things, but I don't know that I have a direct like understanding, or I might be working on projects, but I don't have like a descriptor or an occupation that I'm like, this is for sure the thing that I'm doing right now. And sometimes that can feel a little disorienting.
Yeah.
But you're still creating content. You're still sharing things that people, if you are following on Instagram, she's sharing about her family and the baby and just the experience of being a mom. And I think that is really important. And I'm glad that you are taking the time, setting an example to rest. Because when I see you with your posts, I will listen. I read it. I'm like, okay, she's also talking to me. Like the girl that it's like to be a little bit forgiving and not to feel like you have to be going at 200% all the time.
Yes, yes. I heard someone say this before where it's like, why retire when you're 65? It's like, take those moments when you can. And obviously it is very much a privilege to be able to rest. But if you've worked hard to get to a point where you can finally, responsibly like wind things down and have that rest, like do it, do it for yourself, do it for your mental. It's so important. And I'm in that now and feeling just really good about all of that. No, I'm sweating my butt off right now. You tell from the camera. Thank you. Enough about me. So I know we have a lot of Janet stans out there, and Miss Janet is actually the only one of us three that has continued solo podcasting.
It's scary, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to handle without like a team, without the two of us, being there to give input and all of that. I mean, that along with like dating and
oh God, or not
everything.
dating.
Give us an update. How's Miss Janet been?
Oh my gosh. Well, yes. Thank you for kind of talking about how it is, or like highlighting that it's me by myself coming from, the three of us. Like I remember sending Helen and Mel a photo of the first time I was back in that studio space without the two of you.
Yeah,
and it was
like, I'm at Spotify.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here. And, empty seats next to me. I mean, it's been a hodgepodge of emotions. Like, first of all, it is a lot of work to put on a podcast.
Oh, for sure.
That we, and being able to make the jump from that to doing my solo thing, having to think through what things I'm going to sacrifice in terms of polish, in terms of resourcing, in terms of production quality. That's been like a logistical, like super stressful, and gotten through it, thankfully. And these ladies are always there when I need someone to like bounce ideas off of. But there's also kind of the weird emotional part where I'm like, oh, I used to have two people next to me through this. And now I'm kind of more just interviewing people or doing some solo episodes. But it's been an adventure, and I've been very open with my episodes that I'm like testing it out, and I'm going to be doing weekly releases for the summer months and into, I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'm kind of doing it week by week. So if you are tuning in, I so appreciate you. I'm going to do a random plug now. Living Well with Janet.
Plug it in.
Living Well or trying to with Janet.
Thank you for calling that out. There was a little bit of a rebrand, although it's still kind of me doing the same thing, but I just wanted to highlight how living well doesn't have to be 100% perfect. I think there's like so much wellness content out there that is so like pristine and polished. And I think the reality is that most people are not doing that. We just want to be a little bit better without having to be perfect. So I don't know, that maybe is like not the most articulate way to put it, but that's the essence of what I'm trying to put out into the world. So if you're interested, follow along there. I'm interviewing people and also doing some solo episodes. Outside of that, dating.
How's that going?
Oh my God.
I leaned in for that. I leaned in for that one.
And my sweat got on you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's moist.
It's currently not really going. Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to remember like the last time we all caught up about my dating. Since the end of the last episode, I think I was, the last episode that you guys all heard of my dating life, I had just gone through another breakup and was like in a super vulnerable, like don't want to be on apps, don't want to do anything. Since that time, I went back onto the apps and I will send you ladies messages often of guys. I'm like, hey, this is the person I'm about to grab coffee with.
Yep.
But after doing that for a couple of months, it got kind of, anyone on the apps knows that there's like major burnout. It gets kind of like discouraging that I've been on so many first dates, like casual coffee dates, which is what I would prefer. Very few of them have turned into a second date.
Oh.
There was one guy I went on a second and third date with, but then I think he got scared. I don't know. So that was
Scared of what? What'd you say?
I don't know. I think of commitment. I don't remember which one. Yeah. I think that he was a little afraid of commitment. I don't fault him. I think, we're all navigating this dating thing. But yeah, I after that experience, I was like, okay, I'm going to I'm going to delete all of the apps from my phone. I'm not doing this anymore. I need a break. And then I got a notification that I was accepted to Raya. Back in the day, it used to be the app where there was a lot of like celebrities and stuff. Nowadays, it's gotten more saturated, so there's a lot of people on it. And it was kind of fun and shiny for the first like few weeks where I'm like, oh, I saw some like celebrities on there. I was like, this is interesting.
Did you swipe right on them?
Of course. But did they swipe right on me? No.
Of course.
Yeah, so it got to a point where it just got super saturated. And again, where everyone's just ghosting each other. And it's not, I went on like one coffee date with someone, didn't really feel like the vibes were there. So I have since deleted and I'm back on taking a break. So So yeah, that's kind of where I am. It's still going.
I like that you're trying.
Yeah, for sure.
That you
thank you.
tried for a period of time where every week you're like, oh, new coffee date, new coffee
Oh yeah,
date.
it's
that's
texting a lot.
no, but I guess you got to get the reps in, right?
Yeah.
But then also take a break when you need
Yeah.
it, which is what you're doing now. So yeah,
Yeah.
tough world out there.
Maybe when this episode comes out, Janet might have
Might
another
be.
dating update.
Follow along, living well or trying to with Janet.
So we took a hiatus last year. The intention for us is really just to take a break because we've been going live for 7 years, almost every week. Sometimes bi-week, no, sometimes 2 times a week 'cause we had our own show.
Oh, yeah, our mini shows.
So it was a lot. And the break was for us to kind of just do our own thing. But at the same time, you know, Asian Boss Girl is a part of us. It means so much to us. It's our baby.
For sure, yeah. And we had a lot of talks about how we would extend ABG's legacy beyond just, you know, the 3 of us, whether it is starting a podcast network that serves the Asian American community, because, you know, we do have the built-in knowledge base, we have the connections, we have the network, the resources. That was one option. We were thinking like, oh, maybe we do like an ABG After Darks, like a more toned down version of this podcast where we're just on the phone catching up as long distance besties, you know? That was an option. Or maybe we bring on 3 other girls, like the next generation of ABG that served a younger demographic and community. That was another. And we were playing with all these different things of how do we continue ABG as a brand and as a legacy, and nothing really just like fell into place.
Yeah.
So we kind of just said, all right, we'll see, you know? I guess going back now, there was this one conversation that I had, and this is sort of an example of how one conversation can literally change the trajectory of like everything. So it was our New York tour, and Jen, if some of you might remember her, she was our partnerships coordinator and also our ABG tour manager. So we had just finished the New York tour, and she was my roomie in New York, and we were just having like girl chat, and we were talking to like, I don't know, like 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it was
that's late.
really late, and we were just chatting. And at one point she asked me, she was like, Helen, what's like the idea for how we can continue ABG so that it doesn't remain this like just dormant brand until y'all come back from your indefinite hiatus, you know? And I told her all the options that I just shared with you all. And she was just like, oh, okay. You know, like kind of just leaving it at that.
Yeah.
But little did we know she was planting a seed, and her wheels were spinning.
Yeah. And I want to add, like when Helen was saying, like we had conversations about like how to expand the brand and the legacy, it was like our team is still very small. So we had to be realistic, like, you know, what is our bandwidth for a team? The 3 of us, can our external team also handle it? And at the time we're like, no, we couldn't. And so I think the conversation you had with Jen just kind of felt like the right timing, you know?
And then I think like a couple of days later, in our inbox popped a presentation deck. And in old school ABG fashion, she had put out extreme detail of strategy, thought, vision, ideas of where this brand could go. And in that deck, there were 2 other girls that she mentioned. So at this point, we know Jen. We've worked with her for years now, but we didn't know these other 2 girls. Even though that they had detailed out their bios, we knew their personalities, their backgrounds, and you could tell each of these women really do capture some essence of the modern day Asian American woman. And the 3 of them as a trio, we could seem like, yeah, this is like making sense, you know? But you just never know until you meet people in real life or you see them interact together. And so we set up a Zoom call.
I'll be quite honest and say that when I saw the deck, I was very impressed. Like, wow, this,
I always love how you say dick.
I know. Do I say kind of dirty? Anyways, that's besides the point. But when I saw the presentation, let's use that word, I was very impressed because like besides like the 3 personalities listed, like Jen actually provided different options. Like what these are 3 options that you ladies can choose to take. And we just resonated more with a podcast option. But at the same time, even though I was really impressed with the presentation, I had a lot of hesitancies because keep in mind, we just ended a tour and I was like feeling all the emotions, like, oh my gosh, we're saying goodbye to this podcast, this show, and like this indefinite hiatus. And I just felt kind of like, I don't know if I'm ready to let go of this, you know? And I think it took me some time. And, you know, what like Janet said, after we met the 3 ladies, I was like, wow, these girls are incredible. They have great personalities and they are very distinct in their own way. And of course, through internal discussions, because, you know, at the end of the day, ABG, we always talk like, how do we all, the 3 of us feel? And I was convinced. But I think I just want to share this because like, this is the first time we're doing something so new for the Asian Boss Girl brand that I feel like for me and the two of us is like we're handling it with care. And so for us to share this with y'all, it's because we're really excited and confident in it. And then know that the listeners out there are going to be really receptive, but know that we're also viewing this ABG baby. We're just putting a lot of care into this. So there's always going to be a little bit of worry along with the excitement.
I mean, I definitely think that there's some hesitancy. Obviously, it's our baby. You know, we're so careful about it, and it's now a 7-year-old. I know, but it's grown. Honestly, when I saw the deck and just how they presented it, like the thing that I got from it is that they understand the ABG brand through and through and through. And one other piece is that they also understand our built-in audience. I'm pretty sure there were words that were used like elevated, professional, like bad AF. And I'm like, yeah, those are our listeners. Like they understand you so well, and they bottled up and captured the essence of ABG better than I definitely could have. I think than we could have. Yeah. Like it was just so well done. I'm like, we should share this presentation. It was really well done. But it just made me so excited that we just had this opportunity kind of come to us. Again, Jen kind of kickstarting that from that conversation in New York, and it just becoming a thing where we're giving them a chance to come on here and say hi and to start, putting out a season on this channel to share with you all.
It'll be like the new generation of this brand.
Yeah. I will echo both the ladies in the fact that this presentation was so impressive. But I think what also came through was that there was a real passion there, because it's like one thing if someone knows about your brand and they have all these ideas, but how much work are they really willing to put in? Because it's a lot of work, right? And after that first deck, we had some follow-up meetings with them, and they put together more decks and strategies and documents. So many decks. But yeah, it was really apparent that these 3 women are going to handle this brand with a lot of care and a lot of intention. And with that, we are introducing you to the newest show under the ABG umbrella.
We are so excited to introduce you to new faces, the 3 new hosts of this podcast.
Here we go.
Should we do it like a sports announcement style?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, let's go. Our first host of the new show, her name is Emily. She is our spicy Scorpio, raining from Plano, Texas. Don't let those big, beautiful eyes distract you from her hilarious personality. She's literally so funny. She has left me laughing out loud in our meetings and can knock you out with her humor. Starting off in corporate, aka finance. So we have another finance girly. Yep. But she has pivoted into content. You can see her stuff all over TikTok. It is so funny. Besides being the eldest daughter, which we can relate to, she also proudly wears the badge of a best friend and is a deeply emotional girly who may know your emotional needs before you do. She's got just the right mix of little chaotic energy and self-awareness. That combo is perfect. And I cannot wait for y'all to meet Emily and just fall in love with her. So Emily, come sit with us.
Oh my gosh. Emily. Hello. Welcome to the couch.
You look so good.
Oh my gosh, we're expanding.
I'm on the couch.
Chaotic, but self-aware.
Yeah, just kidding. Welcome, Emily. Okay, secondly, we've got Jen, hailing from the Philly burbs, currently residing in Seattle, working as a senior product manager at Microsoft. Excuse me. Her friends describe her as a giant child and an 80-year-old grandma.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fun.
She's a Pisces. She suffers from only child syndrome and probably absorbed a twin in the womb because her brain is superhuman. She's the type of person to send you wrapped gifts in the mail. Aww. So cute. And will fall in love with your mind. She is brains. She is brilliance. She is our lovely Jen. Oh my gosh. Look at this there. This cute little chick over here. I just want to hug you. You're so far away. So that is Jen.
Hi, everyone. And to complete the trio, we have Miss Madeline, aka Mads. She is an INFJ, like myself, and a Cancer, a water sign like Mel. Born and raised in Wichita, Kansas, Midwest nice with a spicy twist. Started her career at one of the big fours. Yes, that grind that many of us know. Now living her best life in San Francisco, working for a retail fashion company. Ooh. She is the ultimate mom friend, reminding you to drink water, go to bed before midnight, and maybe journal about it. Aww. She's your go-to for deep combos when you need to process a breakup, decode that weird text from your situationship, or deep dive into friendship drama. But don't be fooled. Under that gentle exterior is a pint-sized powerhouse because at 4'11", she is quick with the roast and even quicker to hype you up. She doesn't just hold you accountable, she holds you to your highest.
Wow.
Welcome, Matt.
Oh my goodness! Look at these colors.
I know.
We're very
It went from like drab to fab. Yeah, over here. That's what it feels like right now.
It's a sign.
Is it feel official now?
This is a crazy dream come true.
Yeah.
I'm just like this.
Yeah, it's just a daze.
Yeah. It's surreal.
crazy.
Beautiful.
I want to say welcome, but like we're on your set, so
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
This wasn't your idea to like have us kick off this first episode for you all
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and you've done an amazing job planning this day and getting us, prepared for this and all of that. So yeah, amazing job so far.
Well, for our listeners, we would love to know like what your podcast is going to be about. So when you want to share a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just like you guys. We are just three Asian American girls trying to figure out life, and life can just be really hard sometimes. So the way that we get through it, whether it's family drama or figuring out friendships, whether it's work stress or breakups, how we get through it is just talking through things together. And so what we wanted to do is just share that with the world in hopes that we can help one girl feel less alone.
Cute. That's very beautiful. It's a great mission. Well, we shared with the listeners like our perspective of, how you came to us, but we'd love to know what made you want to be a part of the magic and the chaos of ABG.
I love the way this question is phrased with chaos and
Chaos
magic
and
together.
magic. Yeah.
The
It's
chaos.
so fun. But yeah, I think the ABG legacy is just so undeniable. There's so many girls out there, Asian American women, that have felt so seen and so cared for by the three of you, sharing your story, sharing your lives, opening up your lives. It can be really hard on the internet, but allowing them to come into your space and just grow with you. Like navigating your 20s and 30s is really hard. It's really confusing, but it's better with girlfriends that really get you and see you and understand you. And I feel like the three of you have modeled that so well and how to care for each other well. And so we know it's big shoes to fill. We're so honored and just hoping to carry some of that same spirit and legacy forward. And just make people feel more seen, more loved, more cared for. And doing it together is more fun.
Cute. Okay, what can people expect from your podcast? Like, what are some topics that you're gonna have? You're gonna be talking about? That's what I want to know.
Juicy.
Juicy.
We love
juicy.
juicy.
Love to
hear
it. So our podcast is all about, first and foremost, empathy. We're going to be talking about relationships, how we did it well, how we did it poorly. We're going to talk about breakups, how to do them well, how to do them bad. We're going to talk about how to be successful in life, like the blind leading the blind. We're talking about how to talk to your mom so she can listen to you, how to yell at your dad so he'll listen to you. We're going to talk about things like hair, fashion, COVID wedgies, everything in between.
COVID wedgies.
I love that.
Together.
COVID, space,
Okay,
comma
got it.
wedgies,
I had to confirm that. I was like, what's a COVID
wet
wedgie?
willies, everything beautiful, everything gross, everything.
I love the gross.
Everything
Sorry.
human. It's just going to be very human. So if you don't want to listen to us, at least you can watch us. At least you could see us. Because it's going to be video too.
And they beautiful. They beautiful. You're definitely gonna be tuning in.
I feel like I'm still sitting here and be like, whoa. But in a good way. It's a good
Me
way.
too.
It's
We
like,
us too.
we usually meet on webcam. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, so it's just kind of like,
In the flesh.
literally.
Yeah.
We're all just sweating together.
This lighting is pretty,
For me, this is a dream come true because I have watched and I've been listening to ABG ever since I was a newborn corporate girl, and they helped me through my first 4 years of corporate America. And so this is a huge dream come true. So please give us some advice, something that we can hold on to as we take over.
A lot of pressure.
I know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think the one thing that I would remind you three to do is like, as you're creating episodes and creating this new brand, make sure you're checking with yourself that you're doing it for you. Like it feels genuine, whether it's topics you guys talk about, like you're excited about it. Because I think, as the time progresses, you'll be like, oh, what about the audience? Like, what do they want? But I think there's a fine balance you could find with your intention and what you want to do with, and also serving an audience. Because I think sometimes you just serve the audience, you're going to lose yourself through the process. So always stay true to who you are. Yeah, that's my advice.
That's really good.
But that's like life advice in general. Like
Damn,
even
y'all
outside
hyped
of
me up.
this.
Now.
We receive.
Wisdom.
Yes.
I would say that it's important to be prepared. I think we all know that a lot goes into making a podcast, especially a weekly podcast. And you all have demonstrated that you totally understand that. But at the end of the day, when you are on the mic, when you're in front of the camera, it's about enjoying the process and having fun, because that comes through and it translates to your listeners too. So yeah, so work hard, do the prep work, but then when it's time, you kind of just like throw the notes away and let it go.
Like Frozen.
Let it go.
Yes, let it go. Frozen princess over here. You look like Elsa.
That's like Elsa Baddie though.
That's a baddie Elsa. Yes, for real.
We need some ice in here. It's very hot.
Yeah, this fuzzy set's really not the
Girl, that must be
It's about to not be that fuzzy, it's about to be damp.
It's like a sponge.
Just absorbing.
Yellow sponge. Okay, my advice is that, this podcast is going to be built on the authenticity of your stories and obviously of the shared stories of the people that you bring on to this podcast. And this podcast is literally going to be nothing without the three of you. So it's really important that you actually put friendship first, because again, that it's built on your connection and the strength of your connection. So that's something that we've always talked about, where, friendship always came first. Podcast, it is a business, it is a company, let's be real, right? And there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, you're front facing, and if your connection is not strong, it's going to show on the camera. So always put that first. And I think, that advice, along with Mel and Janet's, E3 will be good to go.
Ready to soar.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We value that so much because, as we mentioned earlier, the 7 years you've paved, literally, the path forward for this. We see, and just the value of that and the wisdom and the experience you have, we receive so much. So we just feel like you guys are big sisters. You're big sisters for so many other girls out there. And so we're just so honored, and that wisdom we will carry and we receive.
We're so grateful.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be tuning in for sure every week. We're excited.
Oh my gosh, are we handing off the mics now?
I guess.
Now they'll each have 2 mics.
I know.
Double fisting mics.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, should we just let them do their thing now?
I guess we should. I guess we exit stage now.
Yeah.
Whoa, I got chills.
I know. What the heck? My face just tingled.
It kind of feels like we're getting dropped off at preschool.
No, we got you guys. So.
Yeah.
We're a text and email.
Always a text away.
Well,
All
literally,
away.
we'll be right there.
Actually, oh, our baby. All right, we'll take good care of her.
Yes.
We love y'all so much already.
Good luck.
We're so excited for
We'll be here.
what's to come.
You'll be good. You'll be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. Gotta try and get off this
We'll help
couch.
Helen up. We'll help Helen up.
This is their fault. Hello, everyone. Be prepared to be sick of us. We're going to do our intros, and then we're going to get into it really quick. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm the older sister that you've always wanted.
I'm Jen, the cheese ball in your snack drawer.
And I'm Mads, the friend who thinks everything really is that deep.
Ta-da!
But we have our first episode that's actually out now, so you can hear the full rest of what comes after the intro.
In the next episode.
Buckle up, ladies.